Temitope, you're welcome. Tonight we are having some issue with Instagram.
Yeah.
We are unable to connect with the guest. Yeah. So we will use today's opportunity to talk to people. You can actually reach us, ask some question, type a question. We'll be talking to you. If you're hearing us, can you please raise up your hand in the house? If you're hearing us, we are unable to connect
the
Olayiwolas.
Like they are online now.
They are online,
yeah.
But we are unable to connect them. We don't know what is really happening today.
I think Instagram has the issue.
There is an issue with Instagram. So today is an opportunity for us to discuss. Let's just talk. Any question that you have. Now we will be playing a song right now.
Not just ordinary song.
Not just ordinary song. That is the theme song for Marriage is Beautiful. The song is currently being promoted in Nigeria as we speak right now. And the title is My Love, Ifemi by The Bless. We're playing the song. Let's enjoy the song a little bit and then we'll come back. Dance to the beat. Oluwa the blessing on the building. Yeah, thank you for joining those who are joining.
Gift to my life. We are too welcome to figure in marriage we are. Make a progress our union so that we can be fruitful. Ifemi, any be your coming. Follow me, the lover of my soul. Ifere, lodu mami yeye. Daku, ma she fi mi sile o.
Yes,
follow me, the lover of my soul. Ifere, lodu mami yeye o. Daku,
ma she fi mi sile lo.
Mo si ojú yanrin okun lọ. Ojú yanrin okun lọ. My love for you.
Ojú yanrin okun lọ.
Ojú yanrin okun lọ.
Let me pause at this moment and talk to our people at home. Will we continue with the song? My love for you.
Yeah.
Even the sound way they see.
Yeah.
Ipasa.
Yes.
So we are having issue with connecting with
the guest.
So they are in the house.
Yeah.
But
online.
There is Gloria. Okay, Gloria Roxy. Thank you very much. For those who are online joining us today, it's an opportunity for you to ask a question. We are unable to connect
with them. The next
with
one,
them.
I think is Instagram.
I think there is an issue with Instagram.
Yeah.
And God willing, we'll try as much as possible to resolve it and see what we can do next week for them to come back. They'll be in the building next week. They'll be in the house next week.
Wow.
But for today, we use the opportunity to talk to each other. We use the opportunity to enjoy Marriage is Beautiful. Thank you, Laurie.
Wow.
My brother, thank you very much. Thank you.
Sister Benta. Wow.
Sister Benta, all the way from Kenya. Thank you very much. The smart advisor. The song alone is making sense. We're still coming back to the song. Now the main thing. So before we move ahead, let's enjoy a bit of the song also.
Because I'm drunk in your ocean. Yeah, I'm ready to swim. Nothing ever sweeter like a gift that you are.
Like a gift that you are.
Nothing ever special
like a gift that you are.
Only you are the sweet my heart. The cool my temper, the scatter my heart.
I don't get it that down.
As I say I love you.
Wow.
Ifemi, any be your coming. Follow me, the lover of my soul. Ifere, lodu mami yeye.
You have the opportunity to send the questions today. In case you want to ask some question, any question at all, please keep typing your question. Má ṣe fi mí sílẹ̀ lọ. Ìfẹ́ tí mo ní sí ẹ, ó ju yanrìn òkun lọ. Ó ju yanrìn òkun lọ. My love for you, ó ju yanrìn òkun lọ. Ó ju yanrìn òkun lọ.
My feelings for you,
ó ju yanrìn òkun lọ.
every marriage that is with me, Gulu has strength.
Let the Lord strengthen every marriage.
Every marriage that needs blessing,
every marriage that needs blessing, let there be blessing unto them. Joy unto us our marriage. Yes, Lord. Amen. The fruit of the womb give unto us, O Lord.
Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. SeyiFunmi.
Shout out to us.
And shout out to the viewers.
And shout out to the viewers too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, viewers.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Thank you, viewers.
Thank you.
Like we said, today will just be a very short program. We can still entertain your questions.
Yeah.
And if you have anything you want to ask us, ask. We are unable to connect with the guest today.
If you have anything you want us to discuss, you can.
If you have anything you want us to discuss, any question at all, we can flag it up. Any question. Thank you, Fumi Fabiyi. We just want to say we are unable to connect with the guest because of Instagram issue, but we are here at least for an opportunity to discuss. And I can remember vividly some of our viewers that said we want an opportunity to be able to talk to you, an opportunity to be able to talk to us without the guest. Okay, so here is an opportunity today. Let's keep the question rolling. We have like 30 minutes. We want to talk to one another. We want to enjoy each other. And there will be music interlude. The Marriage is Beautiful song is right here. I'm still going to play it again and again.
Yeah.
And I might even be playing it. Let it be going on the ground. I will lower the volume and it will be going.
And by next week, we're still going to have our guest.
And by next week, we will have our guest. So let the Marriage is Beautiful song be going on the net. So thank you to Lope Shola Diago, my sister. The guests are unable to join today, but we'll be expecting them next week.
I think it's
Instagram issue, not them, they are online with us. But each time we try to connect for them to be on the live video, the video is showing pause. So we are here today. Let's have the question. Please, we are waiting for the question. Let's just flag it up and discuss one or two things. Let's have some discussion. We are waiting for the question. Thank you very much. I'm playing in the background this Marriage is Beautiful song, currently in promotion in Nigeria, sung by The Bless, and it's currently making wave in Nigeria now. Wow. So while we are expecting the question, can we start something while we are expecting the viewers at home to give the question? I'm still expecting the question. Yeah, no question yet. All right. Funmi Oluwemimo, thank you very much for joining. We really appreciate. We are unable to have our guest today because of Instagram is not allowing connection for people to go live. Thank you for Burberry. The guest is not here today because Instagram is not allowing us to go live. We don't know what is happening, but we are unable to connect. Yeah. We are live, but to be able to connect with the guest is giving a problem. So they will be coming next week. We promise you that they will be coming next week. However, let's have some of the questions. We are always having questions and we are unable to do them. And if there is anything you want us to discuss, please write. Please write. We are expecting that. Thank you. Thank you for the one that joined. The song you are hearing is the theme song for Marriage is Beautiful. Yeah. Now we have the first question. I'll put a pause to this music for now. The first question says, what are some things couples can do often to spice up marriage and ensure love remain intact? Wow, that's a beautiful question. I'm going to start by saying there were things you did when you were courting. My question is, why did you stop those things? I remember, bro, let me put it that way. We buy some few things for sis.
Yeah.
I remember night calls, messages. I remember a lot of I love you.
Wow, yeah.
And deep word. Why did we stop that? Even then, we used to hold hands together to pray.
Yeah, sure.
But we are finding it difficult now to do that because we say we are busy. Listen, the only thing that gives glows in marriage is for husband and wife to keep courting themselves. Remain in courtship. Even in the midst of being busy, remain in courtship. Try to think about those excitements then that you have. Relieve it. See, the figure won't be the way it was then, I agree. But I want you to understand that you can work on everything. That includes the figure. That includes every other thing. Work on it. My question is, when last did you buy a flower? When last did you say I love you? Why do you have to feel a little bit irritated when he or she is touching you now?
Yeah.
Why don't you put those excitement back? Try and do things. Have you backed each other in the last 1 month? Oh, she's big now, you can. Even if the leg will be touching the ground, try to put it back. I know the way I was able to carry some 10 years ago, I may not be able to carry now. But I still put, she didn't add weight, but for me, the back is not as strong as the way it used to. Then I don't have an issue when I will say my back is paining me. So try to do things that are exciting. Listen, what is the difference between wife and girlfriend? Wife believes that she's secure. She does not want to do some experiment. Girlfriend is always experimenting. Be to your husband, the wife, the girlfriend, and even the side chicks. I know that one sound a little bit. What are they doing? What is making his head to turn? Why do you suddenly stop wearing that spag in the room for her? Why do you suddenly do away with all those things that you used to do? The bumper shots. Listen, men are moved by what they see. Give it to him. Let him. I didn't say dress up naked outside. If it is only a room and a parlor, by the time you get in the confinement of your room, dazzle his head. Still go to the mall.
What of her?
I'm coming to that. Still go to the mall. Buy some of those, you understand? Put it on. Let him feel excited. And for the man out there, still write that note you used to write. Don't be tired of saying I love you. Yeah. Buy the flowers. Go about, surprise her with a gift. Still go out on a date. Date yourself. See, marriage, one of our episodes, love will diminish.
Sure.
But when you keep doing those things that you used to do before, you can relieve the love. Only what do you want to add to that?
I want to add to that. Like I could remember when we first got married, and you usually tell me that only it's not that we have 1 or 2 kids now, and you start tying wrapper. I would start smiling like he said, all these bun shorts you are wearing, all these short skirts you are wearing, hope you keep it up when you after 2 or 3 kids, So well, even if I'm not able to keep it up, by the time kids start coming in, you will not be able to do 100% of what the things you are doing when it was 2 of you, but still we still need to try to do little of it, especially when you are in the inner room, you know. So
the
those
room.
things, okay, like
the other room.
Yes, I think we should speak like Buhari this evening. Yeah, when you are in the other room.
Other room,
so when you're in the other room, so you should be able to do exactly. Not that
right.
It's not that you will be in the other room and they say you will now put
you
your
will
wrapper.
be the same thing. You are outside in the other room. The other room is meant for excitement. Excite yourself.
You know?
The Bible says, be happy with the wife of your youth. Let her breast satisfy you. That's what they say. So enjoy it. Even if it is not standing, you are the one who caused it not to stand. You want the baby. You can't eat your cake and have it. Enjoy it the way it is. When you say it is pendulum, be pendulumously enjoying it. That's just the way. Now I'll go to what Burberry Esther put here. What can a wife do
in a marriage
when the husband insists after 2 kids he doesn't want baby again and the wife wants more? You have to sit down and talk about that.
I think this one is a family issue.
Yeah,
like,
you have to.
Both of you need to agree on something, because as a matter of fact, when we first have the first child, I was telling you that after if I have the second one and it's a male, I'm not going for any child again. But sometimes God knows how to do it, because I could remember that even myself, I wouldn't know that I will have up to 3 kids, you know. But God has His own way of doing things. You know, so sometimes the wife might want it and the husband doesn't want, and the other might not want it, but if God wants it, it will surely come to pass. That's just it. And sometimes you need to call the husband, sit together, discuss it one-on-one. Okay, and sometimes the husband might be thinking of the cash, or of maybe what they are going to spend, or how they are going to take care of the kids.
Of the financial implication of having more than 2.
Yeah, especially these days that everybody wants to go into, at least you want to educate your kids to your, at least to the highest, to your taste.
Yeah.
So, and you are thinking like, oh, maybe the man is thinking of, okay, if I'm able to give this to at least good standard education, you'll be okay, standard education, I will be okay, instead of, you know, just carrying or having babies, and which I know that I am not able to handle, you know. So sometimes Ogba Ishiro, let me put it that way.
Okay.
Ogba Ishiro, so it's a thing that they both of them will sit down and discuss and trash it out.
One more thing. Listen, for the couples out there, fine. For those who are married and you are online today, listening to us, please sit down and make a decision on what you want before marriage. The Bible says, do we have a man who want to build a house that will not sit down and analyze, the analysis, what he needs, so that he will not start and stop on the way when he's unable to complete it. So I would still say you can sit together, and the women, if you want more, you can always get more. If the woman is in this case, it's not a case at all.
You know
there are ways you do it. Yeah, the oga will come, but at the end of the day, you will accept it this way. So please, you need to sit and talk. Now I'll go to
what can a wife do in a marriage when husband used foul language with her? How?
See, that is height of nonsense. And I will say every man that will do that, I used to call them one name. Husband, not husband. You do that when you are husband. However, I will not stop by. I will not judge. Because some wife at home is worse than sass. To be candid, yeah.
I think
some women, some women at home is worse than sass, and in that case, man may be tempted to do that. But I want to say one thing: when you are a man, you are a man. You should learn to bridle your tongue. If you cannot use foul language for your mom, you cannot use foul language for your boss at work, then you shouldn't use it for your wife. However, when you get angry and you do something like that, you should call yourself together. It can be done through prayer. Sure. And try, wife, to understand that if your husband is always reacting, you doing something, find out what he doesn't like you doing. And for the husband also, if your wife is always getting angry when you do something, try not to do that thing. See, marriage is all about trying to understand one another. See, there won't ever be a marriage without the argument without the ups and the downs. We don't preach that in Marriage is Beautiful. I've never seen one. Even we that comes here and we're smiling every day. It's not all rosy. There are times we
sit down to
we have healthy
issues.
argument. We trash issue out. It will always be there in the marriage. The only marriage it won't be is when wife is already 6 feet below and the husband is already 6 feet below. Both of them won't argue. But as long as we live, we step on each other to we argue, we talk things out.
Discuss,
so
yeah.
please,
and those
when
are
it
the,
happens,
those are the sweet parts of marriage.
wait, and then women, you know, you can always catch the man. By the time he told all the vow language, when he is going to the trip, you can use the opportunity to talk. So sometimes during those periods, talk they enter. Can I repeat it? Talk they enter. Use an opportunity and find a time to talk. I still believe we have some more questions coming. This is an opportunity for us today to trash issue out. And as we talk, let's enjoy a bit of Marriage is Beautiful song. Me, while we are waiting for the next question, let's have the all right. I think I am doing something. The sand by the sea, they are not up to the love I have for you. My love for you.
My feelings for you.
Singles can ask questions.
Yeah, I want to say something today. Single can use the opportunity to ask questions. And when you say your husband, your wife is talking a little bit rough, it is the time to go on your knee and pray. It's also the time to find out what is wrong.
Cause, yeah?
What is the cause? There will always be a cause for something to happen like that.
No cause. No cause, less cause.
Yeah, there is no cause, less cause. Let me say this. When you first met and it was I love you to return.
I
love you ti gbogbo ara. I can die, I can wake up, I can sleep, I can everything because of you. There wasn't foul language in it. You need to ask yourself, how did we get here? What happened that we left where we were then and to get here? Something must have happened. And when you are able to lay your hands on what happened, you will be able to solve that problem.
Yeah.
I want you to understand that even though there will be issues,
sure,
but you can always manage it. How do you handle an husband that is stingy? Can I say one thing? He did not start being stingy today.
Yeah.
When you were going out with him and he was ready to give you that tip fare for 5K and the mom or the sister is around and is telling you I don't have money, be careful. As you were dating, if he's stingy then, he won't suddenly marry you and turn over a new leaf. When you go out with your man and he can't afford to give a tip of 1 or 2 riyal to somebody that is with him, when after eating, you must understand that. If you can't cope with that, please have a rethink. And by the way, you don't pray a man not to be stingy. If he's stingy, he will be stingy. You know how to do with that? Pray to God that God bless you.
Exactly. God bless my husband.
God bless him and God bless you more. That you will even when he's stingy. It's only when you need his money that you realize he's stingy. There are women that doesn't even need the man's money. But what I've come to realize is that no matter how rich a woman is, that man's money is important. That man's money go. Let her have 50,000 Qatari in the house and the man is only having 500 riyal, you see, out of that 500 is our money.
Of course.
And they still want out of it. So, but however, there will be a stage that you'll be able to bless your husband. That he can come around and said, Oni, can I see 50,000 to just to quickly use? And don't expect you will get it quickly. When we borrow, you understand what I'm saying? When we borrow, we pay. But in time we will pay, and how will we pay?
But not the honey. Let me say this, because there are some men or some some people that are naturally stingy, not because don't let us say men now. There are some women too that are naturally. It's not as if they don't want to give, but they just don't know how to do it. They don't give. Me, I'm not saying that as stingy. I'm saying it as maybe nature of that person. So if the person is like that, there's nothing you do, or there's no how you can do it. So it will still remain who he is. It may be with one counseling or the other, he might change a bit, but it can't be 100%. A changed man. No. So I think
because he did not start just getting stingy.
He's used to it. Yeah, because I didn't see a reason why a man should be stingy to his own body, because you're talking about yourself. Your wife is part of you.
No, it can't be.
You are one. So
see, Yoruba says, àwọn ò gbádùn ara ilé àwọn ò gbádùn àwọn. The miser is not enjoying himself. How much more the people that is in his house? So it might be.
Yeah.
And when that occur, what I'm going to tell you is pray to the Lord that he will have a change of heart.
Sure.
It might not change.
It will. With God, all things are possible.
Being stingy. Just pray another good, wonderful prayer that God will elevate you and give you more. So that by the time he's stingy, you will even add to him and give. Then you will be like, let me do also. So the basic thing I want to say today is he did not start getting stingy when he married you. He was all along. Are you able to cope with it? We have a quote that says, can you cope with the excesses of your husband or wife? If you can, go ahead and marry the person.
Okay, if you can,
yeah. If you cannot, then have a rethink. So he did not just got stingy after marriage. He's been stingy all along. And don't close your eyes to what you don't like in your man during courtship. Say it out. If it can be amended, let it be. If you know you can't do without it, walk out. Because at the end of the day, it will be the basis for the crack in the family. It will continue to be the basis for the argument and the fight.
Yeah.
2, there is nothing prayer can't solve.
Exactly.
Let me put it that way. But there are many things prayer won't solve. There are things that you need to do by yourself. If I put my food right here on the table and I begin to pray, Lord, let me be filled. Let my tummy full. And I'm not dipping my hands into it to eat it. I'm wasting my time. So before getting married, is he stingy? Do you like him that way? If you don't, have a rethink.
And let me chip this in.
Yeah.
There are some people that will tell you that they don't know. Some men will tell you that I don't know I'm supposed to do this thing. Sometimes you just need to say it out, because if you keep it within you, you're just like, I accept it. My husband is like this, or my man is like this, so I'm going to accept it. That is his nature. Sometimes it might not work. Sure, you continue over society. Sometimes if you don't say it out, nobody knows what is in your mind. Okay. At times, there are times where you need to talk, and there are times where you just keep quiet and watch. But when it comes to things like this, in your own home, in your own marriage, and it's the two of you, say it out. Apart from that, no, I only solicitor. But if you didn't say it out, how will you be healed? You just talk to your doctor. Then how will the doctor give you, prescription, the drugs you need? So, but at least if you're able to say it out, Oni, this is it, this is it, this is it, and this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. This is my thought, So definitely, some people will tell you that I don't know, but with time, when you tell them, they realize it as, okay, I don't know it's like that, but I'm going to change. So that's another thing.
So they may not know it is like that, but they will change.
Yeah, sure.
So when they don't know, tell them. Tell them. Talk it out. It's always the basis for everything. Excuse me, in marriage is communication.
Communication, of course.
Communication is very important. We will still be moving ahead with the marriage song until the next question comes. Pam.
Every married that is with me, Gulu has things. Every married that needs blessing,
No other question.
Ayo, fungugo igbeyawo wa.
Amen.
Usowina go shine, Gulu blessing walewa.
There's a written underneath.
Money, omo, chalere ayo, kirayo wale wa. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. SeyiFunmi.
Okay.
All right. How best can we build intimacy
with our children, especially as they grow older? I need to, you know.
All right. I will start with
Okay,
this.
okay.
Bonding doesn't just start when they grow older.
Yeah.
Bonding starts when they are young. Do you shoo them away or you allow them to be with you? Go.
I'm busy.
I am number one person that does that a lot. I am being trained and I'm trying as much as possible.
Who trained you?
Yeah, my beautiful super Oni that is beside me. So,
Oh my God.
that bonding has to start. And there are stages in children you have to understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they are younger, they want to be with you. Especially at the beginning of their teens and teens, they want to get closer.
You want to ask questions
They want to ask questions. For the female, they want to be close
to the father.
to the father. And for the male, they want to be close to the mom. The female actually at that period, especially the period of puberty, start getting jealous even of her own mother. She see the mother as a rival that is not allowing her to have enough attention from her dad. So now the question is, what do you do at every stage of their life? Create time to be with them. Listen, the memory you give them today are going to be what will draw them to you in old age. If they will take care of you in old age, they are going to live on the memory that you give them now. So please, as they grow, yeah, I know you will get tired when they keep asking the question. There was this story, before my wife will speak, I will round up with this story and then she will speak. There was this story of a man that was asking repeated question from the son, and he got angry and shouted at his father. And then the father didn't say anything. He just brought out his diary that he has used some 40 or 30 something years ago, opened it and gave to the child to read. And the child read in the diary that today my son asked me the same question about a bird that is flying in the air 10 times. And I joyfully answer him because I know he doesn't understand more than that, and I want him to be very happy. The son got ashamed that, so I have done something like this before, just a bird flying, you ask the same question on that bird 10 times, and the man wrote it down. So please give them enough time. Always find time.
And they can ask questions.
They can ask questions. You know, we are getting used to using gifts to replace affection and time. Don't. As they grow with them. It doesn't start when they get older. The bonding that you have right from when they are day old will help you all through life. They coming back to take care of you when you are older and they are not really angry when you are doing those old things lies with the fact that you've bonded with them while they were younger and they really like you. So I will say this: the earlier you are able to bond with your children, the better it will be for you to grow with them.
Yeah, I would like to shape this in at the same time. Bonding with them has a lot to do with from the part of the woman mostly. You know, sometimes you will need to dote on them, especially as they grow, maybe like from 7 or 6, let me say 6 years. You need to dote on them. You need to keep asking them questions. We need to keep talking to them like you are having conversation as if you're talking with your age mates, you know,
adults.
With adults, yeah, so that they will find what will I call? They will find comfort,
Solace,
like they will find solace. They will be able to have that confidence in you that okay, I can speak to this person, you know, I can speak to my mom, I can speak to my dad. You know, if it's a female, like a female, maybe a daughter, definitely they should be very close to their dad, because at the end of the day, if the dad is not close to her daughter, to his daughter, with time, if a man or a guy is talking to her outside, he will want to listen because he didn't have he will want to listen because she want to listen because she didn't have that feeling from her home. You know, that's another thing. So bonding with them starts earlier, like especially females, maybe like that 7 years upward. We need to start having conversation with them as if we are talking to another, so that they can believe in us. At the same time, we need to let them be free around you.
Yeah.
You know, there are some, I could remember, like I told my dad sometimes, I said, Dad, do you know that there are a lot of things we learned then that it's not really what we're supposed to like. That sometimes we are shivering when we see you, we are afraid as if something is wrong. It's not like that, because if you misbehave, Dad is going to spank you, and you know that my dad is going to beat me. So when you did something wrong, you already knew that Daddy will beat me today, so you are afraid before he comes back, you know. So that's what I'm saying. But these days we allow them to express themselves. Okay, what happened? Then you have to handle it with, may God continue to give us wisdom, especially if it's between both, maybe two child. Then we have to handle it with wisdom, because there are times that you don't want to sit on the fence, you don't want to be here and you don't want to be there, and you need to allow them to know what they both did wrong. This is where the issue, because the other one will think mommy loves this more than me, or my daddy loves somebody more than me. So we have to be neutral and we have to ask for wisdom. I think the major thing is just asking God to give us the wisdom, and at the same time connect with them.
Bond with them.
That's bonding. Connect with them.
Wow. Bond with them, connect with them. Yeah, praise the Lord. That's what I use it. Maybe you are yarding, better no for camera.
Sorry.
All right. Okay, let's go for the music interlude. The music interlude before the next question. Ping.
Others should ask question, please.
Please, you ask question. We have the opportunity.
At least.
Everything give back unto you, and it's so beautiful. Marriage is not exceptional. It's a gift to mankind. We are welcome to figure in marriage we are one. Make Allah bless our union so that we can be fruitful. If any be your coming, hold on me, the lover of my soul. If ever looking mommy, dákun o, má ṣe fi mí sílẹ̀ lọ. Ìfẹ́ mi, ẹni bí ọkàn mi, olómi, the lover of my soul. Ìfẹ́ rẹ lójú mọ́ mi yéye o. Dákun o, má ṣe fi mí sílẹ̀ lọ.
See, like, say where I won't go. Where you won't go.
Not yourself.
Where you self won't go.
I know they go.
Where you they work. Hey, we know they. Now me and you. We live here. Don't be say we die here. We live here.
We live together forever.
Forever.
See, Jesus Christ comes.
Yeah. We know they go anywhere.
We don't go anywhere. All right, back.
Wow, nice to be back. And I think we will do this once in a while also. We will be planning to have a session like this, and that will be announced, and we have a topic where we can discuss and ask questions on this. And I want to say this. See, marriage is sweet too. I won't deceive you.
Marriage is, and it's as simple as ABC. Depending on how.
See, you need to understand this.
Exactly.
That everything that you want to be sweet in life will be sweet if you put energy into it. If you try.
Let's work. Yeah.
Just like it is happening now in some part of the country in Nigeria, some people say we know they go anywhere. And that is the decision. That's what some of us should put into marriage. Yeah. There is no other way to it. We know they go anywhere. We live here. No be dying. We are not dying. We live here now. Now us.
And with God by your side, with God in that home, let me put that way.
With God first. In that home, God first. You are prayerful. You are committed. The home will succeed. Nothing works until you work it out. What are you working out in your own marriage? Yeah. And why does you suddenly become unresponsive that when it's touching you now just because of 2 kids, you no longer want to be touched? And the same you that has a lot of ringing tone in the olden days, go back to that days. Let him let him continue. See, if you don't give him that ringing tone, other people are giving him outside.
Yeah.
We didn't come here to preach Bible. We come here to talk about marriage.
Those ringing tones too are essential.
I am enough of trying to spiritualize things. See, when it comes to marriage, I want to be raw. I want to be realistic. So if you are not trying to be that side chick, the side chick will take him away from you.
This question.
Who is
the early bird
between you, sir?
And who eats more? This question there. Me. Let me see. Do I really eat?
Well, I would say I used to eat a lot before.
Yeah.
But now, I think we eat around the same thing.
And sometimes you still eat more than me.
Yeah.
You still eat more than me, or me.
Want today. And being the early bird.
Depending.
It depends, though.
Depends.
It depends, though, because I'm a very busy person. I could be up and doing it till around
busy.
2 a.m. But if you say who is likely to fall asleep faster than me, as long as I don't make up that mind, say I won't sleep, and I don't get the intention of taking a flight.
But if you're going
as long as I won't sleep, once I lie down, I'm gone.
Yeah, I think that early bird of a thing is sometimes if you're going to work, he will sleep early. You know,
and then
it's normal. Sometimes if I'm tired and I just need to relax, I will sleep early. So it depends. I think we don't really have usual, but
early bed, late bed.
Depends.
Sometimes I'm sleeping. They still they do kru inside corner inside the house.
And who wakes up early?
Who wakes up early depends. For me, I am because I have to. My kind of work needs for me to wake up earlier. Yeah. So I am like what you call the early bird. But if you are not doing anything, nobody early you. If you sleep, reach
I
like.
wake up earlier than you. If you are not going to anywhere, only if you don't go to anywhere.
Sometimes I dey wake up earlier than you. Let's argue, Jare. Want to?
So I prefer take a flight or my wake up early. Just the way that I can wake.
So from home.
They are here now. That's the only
Jare,
thing that wakes
I
me
hope
early.
you didn't hear that one, Abi.
If you want to take flight early in the morning, you will wake up early. That thing usually knock the.
Hello, Shebi, you are hearing what I'm saying, Abi? So, I have some daughters online.
I did kids.
Yes.
Your daughters
yes, they are still
grown up.
virgin. They are still virgin. Even after 2-3 kids, they are virgin.
Okay. Let's stop there.
So,
all
right.
God.
So, for if you are asking us question, we are waiting for the question. Let's enjoy marriage. Wow. Let's enjoy this song more. Pam. Wow, we said a few minutes. We are almost getting to an hour. Yes. Hello, sir and ma. Did your wife ever at any point in time told you about her past? If yes or no, what will you do if
you're called
spouse.
Maybe your so-called
Okay, your
spouse
so-called know about your past and use it against you.
Yeah.
Listen, the past is best being what it is called. The past. Every one of us has one.
Exactly.
And every mature person should never use your past to judge your present so that it doesn't affect your future. I'll say this. No matter how terrible that past is, it is called a past. Any wife out there will never use that past against you. And anyone that is not husband, that is husband, will never use that past against you. But in case he's doing that, you need to sit down together and talk. Because when the ships are down, if you come to realize what is in the past of your other spouse, you might even be a saint compared to him or her.
Yeah, sure.
But human being will always be human being. And they will try as much as possible to use that. But if you can come together to sit together and iron things out. If you watch one of our series, we call it The Empty Box. Your marriage at the beginning is like an empty box. Whatever you put into it is what you are going to enjoy. You put love, you will reap love.
Sure.
You put patience, you will reap patience. You put interest, you will reap it in double, triple, and 100-fold.
Yeah.
I don't expect a man or a woman to judge by the past. And like I said, the past remain what it is called. The past. The tenses of the past should be in the past. Things of the past should be in the past. The present and the future. You know why do they call the future? Why do they call it? It's a currency to spend. It's a currency to spend. The past is an experience upon which you have to build upon and move ahead. So I'm going to say this for everyone out there. We all got a past. No matter how terrible it is, we have passed.
Sure.
Don't use mine against me. I shouldn't be using yours against you.
Yeah.
However, wisdom requires that if it is not necessarily needed in the marriage,
Don't say it.
you might keep it to yourself.
That's it.
Because at the end of the day, you won't even know 100% of whoever you marry till you go down to the grave. We've discussed it over and over and over again. Have you ever kept a secret from yourself? No, you've kept.
Yeah.
Even if it is only for surprising, you've kept a secret. So let the past remain the past, and whoever is using that to judge you still need to sit down and talk it out. But I want to tell you this: we all have a past.
Sure.
And when the ships are down, mine might even be worse than yours. So because you know mine or I know yours, it's not a criteria for me to use it against you.
Sure. Yeah. Let me see.
Life is all about moving on.
It's all about moving on. And like he said, if it is not necessary, past is in the past. That's what happened before you got married. I think it should remain in the past. Even if you're going to say it, you should say it with wisdom. It inquires, like, wisdom is profitable.
To direct.
To direct.
So even if
you're going to talk about your past, then, before then, let me talk about understanding the person that you want to talk to. If you don't understand your spouse, like you still don't know the kind of person or the kind of habit or the kind of nature he or she has, then you shouldn't come out and say some sensitive things that you know that is personal. Because anytime anything can happen, even before you start discussing and trying to explain things to each other, she or he might have said what you won't like that will hurt you. So, and when such things happens, you know, this is the time to call the person and tell the person, tell the person that this thing you say or you said, I don't like it. Let your husband know. That's why you are one. Let your wife know that. Yes, so there are times you frown. There are times you talk and you smile. You know,
So
I
every time
usually
you
say,
smile,
sometimes I usually, then I used to say, I say, when it is time to do loving, we'll do it. That was when we just,
and when it is
got
time
married.
to be Funmi Ologe,
And I said, when it is time
to be Funmi Ologe,
to be, you know, to be factual, I will be, because it's not about doing loving. At the end of the day, I will be asking myself, no. There are times you have to sit down and talk, like you say your mind, talk your mind, you know. And there are times you keep quiet, you just pretend as if you are not seeing anything, whereas you are seeing everything. But when the time comes to talk, oh, because that marriage, na the two of una get am, and na the two of una go enjoy am. As you lay your bed, you lie on it. So speak, say it, tell the person you don't like it, and once you say it, tell him or her, please don't let it come up again. Don't let this thing showcase itself in any way. Please. I hate it.
Let bygone be
bygone, and that is it.
See,
then
you
don't need to. Then another thing, you don't need to now keep to yourself, because you are one. These things you do happen in marriage, where you have a past, and the husband is like, okay, I don't have anything to do with that woman, or the wife will like, oh, because you did this to me, I don't have anything to do with you again, you know. So this is the time to come back together and start again afresh, you know. Thank you.
Our time is almost gone. Our time flies.
But
we still we don't expect to spend up to this, and this will also be on the YouTube for one or two people to learn one or two things from it. See, let's be factual with ourselves. Marriage no be all by loving. There are times you call it argument, some call it fight. There are times you fight it out. I don't mean boxing, I don't mean kicking yourself, but there are times you slug it out with yourself. Sit down, frown.
Even if the frown is not genuine. Even if the frown is not genuine, still frown it.
Still frown it. Because if everything he does is always okay by you, if everything she does is always okay by you, you will take him or her for granted.
Then you're even pretending to each other.
So there is no way. What I know in women, for an example, I'll say this now.
Say it.
What I know in women, even if they live with you for a week or two, and everything is too rosy, they will find something to fight about. They will find something. Because they will just create something. They just want that, okay, let's just push and pull for a few minutes. While they are pushing and pulling, they are smiling inside. So, even when it is all rosy, there are sometimes we give each other tospe, at least to wake ourselves up. And I want to say this to everyone out there. You won't fight once. You won't fight twice. You will fight until the last day. You will argue until the last day. But the beauty of it is you must always find a way
to come back to
each other.
Yeah.
No matter the level of argument, you must understand that you won't be able to do without one another. Yeah. So that's the beauty of marriage.
I didn't think we have time. I would have said let's have one or two couples game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One or two couples game, we still have time.
They can ask us questions.
Now you can ask
the
couples game now as we go ahead, because we have like 2 minutes more and we're done.
We rejoined.
Yes, we rejoined. We still have like 2 minutes more. So the couples game from you, they've asked one before, the early bed and the late bed.
That's true.
So let's have that. While they type in the couples game, let's enjoy Marriageisbeautiful song. They pull my temper.
No, I love it.
It's your return. I want to swim now. I don't know how to swim, but I can swim in your own ocean.
Nothing ever special. I can give that to you.
Maybe they are not.
Only you are the street my heart. The cool my temper, the scatter me that.
If you're hearing us, please can you wave at us?
That's why I say I love.
Wow.
Who always initiates says
Nami.
Emiri. You can be in the house 2 years without screaming. Who
How
wants
do
more
you settle
kids?
dispute? Okay, how do we settle dispute? It's always like this. There is no dispute we have in that house that can ever either follow us to church.
That's it.
One. So even if we no settle and we go settle am on Friday, and there is no dispute in the house that somebody will come and come. Even if we be having that dispute for 1 hour, for 1 week, somebody came in the house and we joke and play together, we won't ever go back into it. That's the end of that. So sometimes I even dey pray make somebody come visit us so that at least that one go settle matter, or make Friday come quickly.
More kids?
Nobody.
More kids? Me.
Okay, she's still talking about one way or the other.
2 boys. My hand is not up to my ear anyway.
Me, I don't want. I don't do.
I don't want, so I beg.
Me, ni Olúwa ràn mí lọ́wọ́ dé.
The other person. No one wants kids. I beg. Then who wants more kids? Okay. Yeah. How do you settle this with that one?
And that will answer. Okay. Now, I think we may be logged out anytime from now, but we are still expecting your question.
Yeah.
And while you are typing it, let's enjoy Marriage is Beautiful tongue a little bit more.
Ẹni bí ọkàn mi.
Who get angry now?
Olómi, the lover of my soul.
Tell the people out there who missed today's edition that they missed something. They better go watch out for you.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, let's put it on YouTube for them, for those who missed it. And this edition will be coming intermittently. I don't know when, but it will be coming like that. And when we have this edition, you have the opportunity to talk to SeyiFunmi. Ask us, even if it is personal question, you just ask one now, we will initiate. And I tell the truth.
Yeah, we do ask them too.
So we do ask people too, so and we are open to answer your question.
Let me chip one question. Who gets angry? Who gets angry more? Who?
Now me now.
Are you sure? You know, my own girl level.
Your own? No.
Your mom.
No, mom, it's me. But who know they quick they come out from anger?
It's not as if I don't come out.
I want to try that pass here.
You know that it's not as if I don't come out, but you know who
it
is
take time.
The fashionista. Daddy ni àwọn rẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ̀yin ni ṣá?
Funmi ológe. Èmi ṣe fashionista díẹ̀ but àwọn dé fún anything for the
mama.
Mama ke dé fún. Did any project at any point was against your union?
Did any prophet?
Okay, did any prophet at any point was against? Wọ́n tell any why me ongboru ẹ. I know they listen o. Wetin me see for myself, God spoke to me. So when he spoke to me, you can't say you hear God more than me.
Exactly.
Na me hear my papa and I hear wetin I hear. So forget to you. So I don't believe in any prophet trying to talk to me, and that's why I don't believe in people going out to prophet to seek about marriage. He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. I obtain mercy in the presence of the Lord. You are supposed to find. Please, nobody should be finding for you. They are not pathfinder. Find for yourself.
Pathfinder. Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Olómi, the lover of my soul. Ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ ló dùn mọ́ mi yéye o. Dákun, má ṣe fi mí sílẹ̀ lọ. Ìfẹ́ tí mo ní sí ojú yọrí òkun.
I will tell you to go and wash it. Yes, sir.
Ojú yọrí òkun. My love for you. Ojú yọrí òkun lọ. Ojú yọrí òkun.
All right. A máa fèyí ṣe lọ. Ẹni pé a máa bọ̀ láàánú débá. That's what they say in Yoruba when we used to watch that Yoruba. It's time we will be going. We have 17 seconds to go.
15 seconds to
and
go.
15 seconds to go.
So we want to appreciate
thank you everyone that joined us today.
With us.
SeyiFunmi is saying,
thank you. We love you.
We love you. Bye,
Bye.
guys. You said that
Bye.
you need to work out.
Bye.